Have you ever wondered what it feels like to step inside a real presidential palace? One where important national decisions are discussed, world leaders are welcomed, and every wall tells a story about the culture of a nation. Today, I'm taking you inside Qasr Al Watan, the magnificent presidential palace in Abu Dhabi. And trust me, this is far more than just a beautiful building. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. During my visit to Abu Dhabi, I had the wonderful opportunity to explore Qasr Al Watan, which means Palace of the Nation in Arabic. Located in Al Ras Al Akhtar area of Abu Dhabi, this spectacular landmark stands proudly at the end of the city's presidential palace complex. From the moment I saw its enormous white exterior grand domes, landscaped gardens, and beautiful fountains, I knew the visit was going to be something very special. One of the most interesting things about Qasr Al Watan is that it is not simply a museum or a royal residence. It is part of a working presidential palace. Important official meetings, diplomatic visits, and national ceremonies are connected with this palace complex. At the same time, selected areas have been opened to visitors so that people from around the world can learn about UAE's government, history, culture, and traditions. Qasr Al Watan welcomed the public in 2019, giving visitors a rare opportunity to explore spaces associated with official leadership and diplomacy. Even the journey towards the main building feels grand. As the palace comes into view, its scale and symmetry immediately catches your attention. The white granite and limestone exterior shines so beautifully under the Abu Dhabi sunlight, while the blue and golden detail give it an elegant Arabian character. The enormous entrance perfectly powerful at first impression. It feels peaceful, majestic, and almost unreal. The true highlight of this palace is the Great Hall. Walking into this space was one of the most memorable part of my visit. The hall is enormous, and its central dome rises approximately 60 meters above the floor and measures around 37 meters in diameter. So when you stand beneath it and look upwards, you really understand the extraordinary scale of the place. The geometry patterns, mirrored surfaces, curved glass, detailed mosaic, and symmetrical marble design demonstrate the precise and creativity of Arabian craftsmanship. The colors used throughout the Great Hall also have special meaning. Blue represents the waters of the Arabian Gulf, white symbolizes purity, and yellow is inspired by the golden sands of the desert. These colors are not only decorative, together they connect the palace to the natural landscape and identity of the UAE. Almost every corner has new detail to notice, from the floor patterns and carved arches to the beautiful doors and ceiling. Another fascinating section is known as the spirit of collaboration. This room represents the importance of cooperation and unity in UAE. It's associated with official meetings and gatherings, including discussions involving leaders and representatives. One of its most impressive attractions is a spectacular chandelier created from around 350,000 pieces of crystal. It's so large in detail that simply looking at it makes you wonder how much planning and craftsmanship must have gone just into creating that itself. The palace also helps visitors understand how the UAE welcomes international leaders and maintains relationships with the countries around the world. In the presidential gift exhibition, visitors can see diplomatic gifts presented to the UAE by representatives of other nations like this. These objects are much more than valuable decorations. They represent the friendship, respect, and cultural exchange between countries. Each gift carries a story about the nation that presented it, making this section especially interesting for anyone curious about international relationships. For people who enjoy history, learning, the House of Knowledge is another important part of the palace. It highlights the contributions made by the Arab scholars in areas such as science, medicine, literature, astronomy, and art. The display reminds us that knowledge has always played a major role in the development of civilization. Rare books, manuscripts, and historical material help connect the achievements of the earlier generation with the progress of the modern UAE. Qasr Al Watan also contains an impressive library. The Qasr Al Watan Library features approximately 50,000 books covering subjects such as history, culture, government, art, literature, and social development. The library reflects the belief that knowledge is essential for building a strong future. I found this especially meaningful because all the palace's luxury and grandeur, there is a clear message that education, culture, and learning are among a nation's greatest treasures. Another impressive area is the official banquet hall. This is where international guests and important visitors can experience traditional Emirati hospitality. The elegant setting, carefully arranged tables, and fine details show how much attention is given to welcoming guests. Hospitality is an important part of the Emirati culture, and this hall presents it on a truly grand scale. Throughout the palace, I notice how traditional Arabian and Islamic design has been combined with modern engineering. Repeated geometric patterns create a sense of order and harmony, while the domes, arches, and decorative calligraphy celebrate the region's artistic heritage. The design may look traditional, but the overall building feels bright, modern, and timeless. The craftsmanship is visible everywhere, even in areas that visitors might easily walk past without even noticing. One particular interesting attraction is the mirrored sculpture featuring the worlds of the UAE's founding father, the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. Visitors often stand inside or beside it to take creative photographs. Beyond being popular photo spot, it represents the values, wisdom, and vision that helped shape the UAE. If you visit later in the day, you may also have the opportunity to watch the palace in motion, the light and the sound presentation projected onto the palace facade. The show uses light, music, visual storytelling to present the UAE's journey throughout its past, present, and future. Seeing the enormous palace illuminated at night can make the experience feel even more magical. Show schedules can change, however, so it is always better to check the official website before visiting. Here is an interesting fact. Qasr Al Watan sometimes confused with the Emirate Palace because both are famous and luxurious Abu Dhabi landmarks. However, they are completely different landmarks. And now it's showtime. The magnificent Qasr Al Watan is about to come alive through breathtaking lights, music, and visual storytelling. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the full Palace in Motion show as it takes us through the inspiring journey of the UAE, from its proud past to its remarkable present and bright future. Let the show begin.